morning class of Srivasangan chapter of ISKCON Seshadripuram. Today I have been asked to discuss 9th chapter, 34th verse. This happens to be the last verse of this 9th chapter. The 9th chapter is entitled The Most Confidential Knowledge. And this chapter, one can keep on reading again and again and again. So blissful to read. So in one sense, we are coming to the end of it. Is in a way, we'll be missing this 9th chapter if you want to put in that way. Of course, every chapter, every verse in Bhagavad-gītā is most auspicious, most blissful. But still, this 9th one is very, at least my favorite in one sense. Okay, so now let's go into this this verse. This one is this verse is very famous. Most of you may know it by heart. So we will just chant this verse. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam evaishyasi yuktaivyam atmana matparayanaha. Engage your mind always in thinking of me. Become my devotee. Offer obeisances to me and worship me. Being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. So this is the verse. Engage your mind always in thinking of me. Become my devotee. Offer obeisances to me and worship me. Being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. So this is the simple instruction plus guarantee given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. So we will try and understand this verse from what Prabhupada has written in the purport. Let's go a little more deeper. So this statement clearly makes us understand that this is the only way of attaining perfection. Surely you will come to me. And what is that method? Engage your mind always in thinking of me. Become my devotee. Offer obeisances to me and worship me. And in that process, you become completely absorbed in him, in me, he's writing. You will come to me surely. So this is a very simple, straightforward, and if you have to literally say, the only method to escape from this, Prabhupada writes, clutches of this contaminated material world. If you have to be delivered, we talk about something called a mukti. Mukti means escaping from this material world and going to our original constitutional position. So that is the goal of every human's life. Whatever else we say, however we say, that's okay. But ultimately, the ultimate meaning or ultimate purpose has to be that I should be delivered from the clutches of this contaminated material world, which means I should be situated in my original consciousness as the pure spirit soul. And therefore, so what if you're pure spirit soul? You relate to that consciousness when you are a pure spirit soul. What are the specific, just like if I'm a father, then my role is to take care of the children. So it's natural. I take care of the father. So that becomes my dharma. But if I understand I am a spirit soul, then what is my dharma? So that dharma is actually to have this eternal, be situated in that eternal relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In serving him, there are different methods. That is a different thing. In different relationship, we serve the Lord. But the ultimate is we serve the Lord in that original state of our consciousness, in our constitutional position, what we keep saying again and again. Now, but so simple, no? What is the problem? Engage your mind always in thinking, becoming my devotee, offer obeisances to me and worship me. That's all. And be there by doing these kind of things, you are always absorbed in me. And you come to me. But what is the problem? So Prabhupada wants to again highlight the fact that the main problem is we are not able to relate to Krishna as he is. So the Prabhupada talks about the different people who have, while there are people who are atheistic, okay, they don't believe in God, that's one category. But the other category, which is the majority, because everybody has some form of belief in something called supernatural, something above. So that is there, but these completely atheistic people are very few. Maybe it's increasing, that's a different story. That is because of this first, this other class of people. But anyway, so these class of people who accept theism, but who do not accept the original position of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So they try to, Prabhupada writes, they are unscrupulous commentators. They comment saying that, yeah, this is fine, that Krishna is saying Bhagavad Gita. They give importance to Bhagavad Gita, but do not give importance to Krishna, who speaking the Bhagavad Gita, do not accept him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So they have different concoction, thinking that, that which is inside Krishna, that is what that matters. That inside is also inside me. Maybe I will one day rise to that position of that like that Krishna. So that Krishna is not matter, does not matter big time. What matters is what is inside him. That is the kind of commentary that these people give. And therefore, Prabhupada is quoting, there is in the Kurma Purana, and which Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati has given commentary in his in Chaitanya Charitamrita, 5th chapter, Adilila. He is quoting this particular verse. Deha Dehi Vibedo Ayam Neshwara Vidyate Kvachit. So what he is trying to say there is that Krishna's form, Krishna's mind, Krishna's body, they are not different. They are one and the same. So this is completely opposite to what I was just saying about these unscrupulous commentators thought that Krishna as a person, as the form, does not matter. What matters is something else, maybe his mind and his whatever is inside him. This is what they are thinking. But there's nothing called there's inside him anything. Everything is one. His mind, his intelligence, his form, his name, his activities, everything is one. And there are many different ways that has been established. But here Prabhupada is taking this particular verse from Kurma Purana. So this is important. So why are we discussing this so much? People may think, even sometimes who are into Krishna consciousness for a long time, sometimes this thing comes, but I'm sort of surrendered to Krishna, but still, when I am faced up with some difficulties, I look to solve that problem. I look elsewhere. It's very subtle. It's very subtle. One may think, why is Vidura speaking like this? But if you go deep, sometimes we tend to, this complete surrender does not come in our mind. We look to various, when we go through some kind of challenge, then the faith is slightly shaken. Oh, maybe, this Krishna, yeah, that's fine, that I have accepted him as the Supreme Lord, but, I have this problem. Krishna does not seem to be solving this for me. Just for this purpose, can I look at someone else or something else, right? So this is there in the back of the mind somewhere. But here that is sort of, that's the subtle difference which makes us, which keeps us away from this complete thing what Krishna is saying. Being completely absorbed in me, that will go away. If there's even that subtle thing in our mind that, okay, it's fine, I am a devotee, a completely Krishna conscious person, little something, somewhere, little shake of faith, that does not complete this sentence called completely absorbed in me. Maybe I'm 99% absorbed in him, or 80% absorbed in him, 90%, but I should be 100% absorbed in him. Of course, Prabhupada said, okay, you do, even if you do 80%, I'm okay. That is Prabhupada's mercy. But that doesn't mean we should aim for 80. If we aim for 80, then we will land up at 60 or 50 or whatever. So we should aim for 100, then maybe we will aim at 80. We will land at 80. That's a different story. But what this one states is very important. So that is the first thing that Prabhupada discusses. Then he's talking about there are people who understand and accept Krishna, but then how Krishna is understood or accepted is also varies. So there are people who accept Krishna enviously. The simple example given is Kamsa. So Kamsa, Manmana Bhava Madbhakto is very apt and applicable for Kamsa, no? Always thinking of me. So Kamsa, every second was thinking, whence that Ashariri told, like, your sister's son, eighth son will kill you. From then on, he is obsessed with Krishna. Right? He's obsessed, so much obsessed with Krishna, all the time thinking of Krishna. But then, is that the mode in which Manmana Bhava Bhakta should be done? That is being discussed. Here, that one is actually not favorable. So there is this verse, no? Anukulyena Krishna Anusevanam. So the mood should be that you are favorable to Krishna. That, like a friend Krishna says elsewhere, even in this chapter, I think the first one. You do not envy me, Arjuna, and therefore I am telling you about this. So there should be absolutely no envy. It should be anukulyena. That means with a lot of favorable mood. That is means Krishna. So we whatever is said against Krishna, we don't. No. And you may say that is blind faith or whatever, let it be. But that is what it is. I mean, I'm not saying we need to have blind faith because we have knowledge, because we have been going through Bhagavad-gītā, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and so many other scriptures. Prabhupada has written many books. But I'm saying the point I'm trying to drive is that unflinching faith in Krishna. So the unscrupulous fellows will talk about Krishna, that he cheated, he did that, he stole the clothes of the gopis, he did that, he's immoral. So many things people will say. But a devotee completely condemns these things. And we immediately highlight the ignorance in their thought process. That is important. So this Krishna devotion means completely favorable, completely aligned. Even if he steals, oh, how nicely he's cleaning. I mean, naturally, that is the ultimate truth. We understand and therefore we say that. But that is the beauty. When Krishna was stealing butter, all the gopis, whoever, they used to come and complain to Yashoda, but that is also one of the transcendental pleasure of complaining about Krishna. But internally, they are so happy that Krishna came and stole in their house. They did not go to someone else to steal, but he has come to my house to steal. The same thing when gopis, when he stole the clothes or whatever, they are happy. Oh, Krishna is taking liberty to do this with me. Like, there are, in Brahma Samhita it's mentioned, no? Thousands of Lakshmis are waiting to serve me. If that is the case, why would Krishna come? I am an ordinary coward girl. Why he will come and steal clothes? Why is he giving importance to me? Just think about it. It's not an ordinary thing. So, like this. So the favor, the mood is completely should be in favorable bhava. That should be not envious of Krishna. That is the point. So Manmana Bhava Madbhakto, the mode is completely aligned to Krishna, completely favorable. Anukulyena Krishna Anusevana. That is important. There are many, sometimes it looks like angry, but whether it is envy or that should be also seen with in contextually. For example, Mother Yashoda was also running after Krishna with a stick in hand to beat him. Right? So what is different between Kamsa? Killing or not killing is different thing, but trying to hurt Krishna. That mode, then is it that mode is correct mode? That is also similar to this Kamsa. One may think like that. But here that does not mean the mode is different, even though she's running after him with a stick. Her mode is that this child of mine, I want to make him a wonderful child. In my mind, I am little, at my mind means Yashoda is thinking he need to be disciplined. So this is in the interest of Krishna as a mother, that bhava is natural, that, in the interest of my child, I need to Like we give sometimes medicines, right? The medicines is not palatable most of the time. But the children are forced to take the medicine. It is not out of that, we want to feed the child with something which is not nice to take. But because the child should be cured of that disease, the mother and father give that. So like this, these are different things. So there are a lot of practical interpretation of what is the meaning of favorable. So it's not simply the action, but what is the deep intent? What is the ultimate deep intent in which it is done? So that is a thing, and these are very, very intricate topics one should go into, but we need to have a high-level understanding. That's something which Prabhupada is touching upon. Then he's saying, Prabhupada is writing, one should therefore engage his mind in the eternal form, not on that impersonal thing, and it should be favorable. The primeval form of Krishna, with conviction in his heart that Krishna is the supreme. So that means never look elsewhere. Like those example, right? There was these gopis when Krishna and the gopis were having their dance. So in the height of that ecstatic dance that was happening, suddenly Krishna disappeared. So when he disappeared, he basically was running away from these gopis. And somewhere when he came to a dead end, of course, Krishna is supreme. He can simply walk through that wall or whatever it was there. But he chose not to do that. He felt like, no, I'm caught now. I can't go that side or this side. All the gopis are surrounding me like that. So he suddenly thought, what I should do now? Next minute they will be here. What I should do? He immediately transformed himself into Narayana form. And he was standing there like that with Sankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma standing there. Then these gopis suddenly came there and they saw Narayana standing there. They immediately paid obeisances to Lord Narayana. And they asked, did you see Krishna coming here? So, no, he went that side. So immediately they were not attracted to this Narayana form. They were more interested in, not that they were disrespectful, they immediately paid obeisances, whatever, that respect they gave. But they didn't say, oh, just imagine if any of, at least me, if I see Narayana here, how will I react? So their mood is completely fixed on Krishna. No other form other than the supreme form here, like Prabhupada, the primeval form of Krishna. Nothing else distracts them. They understand. It's not that they don't understand the other forms of the Lord. But the Narayana form, the Krishna form is the primeval form in which one mind has to be completely fixed. So they demonstrated that. So Prabhupada is saying, so how do you come to that? How do you practicalize this? So he's saying, so this form of Krishna, it is there at least in India. We are fortunate to be born in India. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, no, all of them born in India, they should take up this, propagating this message of Krishna consciousness. Whatever message I'm giving, you should go and distribute these fruits. Because we are very fortunate, because there in India, everybody knows about Krishna. And there are hundreds and thousands of temples. Prabhupada uses the same words. There are hundreds and thousands of temples in India. For what? For worship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. So that Vigraha is there. And we should understand that Vigraha is non-different from Krishna himself. This is another aspect of it. Okay, Krishna form. You are so particular about that Narayana form and Krishna form. Right? We just now spoke about it. Then Krishna form means, how do we know? How do we know that this is the Krishna form? If you are so thinking about even that Narayana form, then if you are worshipping a deity in the temple, each deity looks different. How is it that can I relate to this deity as that Krishna? So there Krishna is saying that, you cannot see me directly. It's not possible. Therefore, to see me, I am, like Krishna is so kindly, so mercifully giving us this representative of him. So he's saying this deity, which is made of, sometimes he's giving definition, I think 5-6 items he's giving, like a painting of me, or what do you call, something made of mud of me, or wood, or made of metals, like, the Panchaloka, or whatever of these, there are 5-6 things which is defining. If they are made of that material, and That's a process of, how do you, like just we call prana pradishta in temples, we do sometimes. The murtis are established like that by a pure devotee of the Lord. It's not about the process. Sometimes prana pradishta not there. That is fine. That is important. But there are sometimes, like, why sometimes when pure devotees, when they request, the Lord is present in that form, and it becomes like a direct representative. So we should not have a thing, oh, but Krishna is saying like this, so Krishna's form, how do I know this form is actually like that form of Krishna? No. That form which you are seeing as the Vigraha is non-different from Krishna, because Krishna is saying, I through that Vigraha is completely connecting to you. When you connect to this form, that Vigraha of me, you are connecting. So in our temple, we have Jagannath and Baldev, Devi Subhadra. That form, that particular Vigraha that we have, Jagannath is made of wood. That's okay. It's not wood. It is not in any way different from that Supreme Personality of God. We can see that, many people are so advanced, when they see the deity, they completely melt. So their understanding is, this is clearly, we are standing right in front of Krishna, Balram and Subhadramai. There's no difference. So, like this, wherever the nice worship is going on, where the pure devotees have established the temple, Prabhupada, for example, when he was in Australia, I think first visit or second visit, he was very keen to establish deities there. There were, I don't think there were even any second initiated, like this first initiated also, maybe less or nothing. So Prabhupada just installed that deity, and he was surprised when he went there. These devotees were not advanced; they are not even having how to do basic things only. They didn't even know most of the things that a second initiator are supposed to know. Basic things, they did not know. But still, Prabhupada installed those deities there, and then things were going on nicely. And then somewhere he mentioned, actually, when I saw this, when I came here and I saw the situation of this advancement of these devotees, it was very bad. But then I installed the deities and I prayed to the deity. These disciples of mine, they don't know. Please, Krishna, teach them. Please teach them how they should serve you. Please accept whatever they are doing. But next year, when Prabhupada went there, that center was a perfect example of how a temple has to be. Like, including how the worship standards, everything, how it manifested. That is because a pure devotee has requested the Lord to come over into the Tarcha Vigraha. And then there is no difference between that Vigraha and Krishna. So Krishna has personally taken charge of that center and managing it, with Prabhupada's disciples, like, giving them that intuition how to do things and how to do things very nicely. And next year, even Prabhupada, just 1 year transformation, the deity was there. And because Prabhupada requested the Lord to come over there and accept their services. So like this, so more important is that how the Lord is coming there, the prana pradishta, everything, but more importantly, the pure devotees asking the Lord. So when that happens, the Lord is there physically present. And in those temples, we can actually relate to the Lord directly. What do we do? Here it's saying, you engage in the worship. Therefore, these vigrahas are there for worship. Krishna is coming here in this made in the materials made of material things. He is manifesting, but that is pure spirit. I mean, the Supreme Lord Himself. And what are we supposed to do? Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru. You pay obeisances unto me. That is Krishna's point. Simple point. Wherever you see the deity, pay obeisances. And not simply obeisances. You have to engage in the activities related to the deity. Therefore, dressing up the deity. Prabhupada has given morning to night all the different services to the Lord, starting from getting up, the Mangalarti, then how to dress the Lord nicely, how to chant His holy names, and Darshanarti. There's a sequence how to offer boga as soon as you get up. Before Mangalarti, offer a boga. Well, everything so nicely. Again, afternoon offering, evening offering, night offering, whatever, all these offerings, and performing kirtana, doing chanting, and having Bhagavatam classes, Bhagavad-gītā classes, and of celebrating all festivals. All these things have to be performed, which is all added into that worship of the deities. Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru, it is all part of that. Prabhupada is writing, one should lower his head before the deity and engage his mind, his body, his activities, everything. That is what we talked about, like, how, what all are included in that. And with that way, one will be completely absorbed in Krishna without deviation. That is Prabhupada is writing. That will make one fully absorbed in Krishna without deviation. This will help one transfer to Krishna Loka. And in that process, what is the deity worship and how to remember the Lord? Now that Prabhupada is talking about the 9 different processes of devotional service. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. I don't know if I left anything. So these 9 processes of devotional service have to be performed, and it is easy to perform that. Then in the 7th and 8th chapter, Prabhupada says, discusses how to perform pure devotional service to the Lord. And what is this pure devotional service? How do you define that? Again, it is mentioned in that same verse which I mentioned, which I talked about, Anukulyana Krishnanusevanam. That there the point is, you should be free from speculative knowledge, mystic yoga, and fruitive activities. So this pure devotional service means not speculating on what is Krishna, how do I, let me go in this Jnana Kanta kind of a mode. Or I will try to, try to attain through the mystic yoga process, or simply by this fruitive activities. That means I perform these ritualistic activities for what? To get something. And of course, I get it from Krishna, and therefore, I'm worshipping Krishna. That is not called worship. A prayer means it is not simply asking something, standing in front of the Lord, folded hands and saying, oh Krishna, I am suffering from this problem, that problem, this problem. Please help me. This is all literally, you may say please, but this is like ordering, right? Hey, I want this done. Please get it done. And of course, I will in return do these things for you. Right? I will, do this sponsorship, or you will go to some temples, you will see that even a simple tube light will be there. It will be written, this tube light sponsored by so and so. So that is not a pure devotional service. That doesn't mean we don't announce who's the sponsor. That's different. But our wanting to have that acknowledgement that, I did this for Krishna, that is not called pure devotional service. I do it out of pure love for Krishna, that's all. That is how it is expected, that pure devotional service. Prabhupada is writing, those who are not purely sanctified may be attracted by different features of the Lord, like the impersonal Brahma Jyotir and localized Paramatma. See, when we see these things, the mystic yoga or the speculative knowledge, there they get attracted to this Brahma Jyoti and the Paramatma, particularly when mystic yoga gets attracted to the Paramatma feature. But a pure devotee directly takes to the service of the Supreme Lord. So that is important, that when we read the 7th and 8th chapter, that should be taken in that same spirit. Then Prabhupada, in this verse we have discussed earlier, this is the 34th verse, so up to 33 verse, there are so many things very nicely described, and Prabhupada is recalling some of them to make us understand. So when we worship, this worship means exclusive to Krishna. And somewhere I read, Prabhupada says, when we say bhaja, bhaja means it is only exclusively for Krishna. That bhaja word should not be used for anyone else. Bhajate mam, when they say bhajate, that bhaja is exclusively for Krishna. You should not say bhajane. When you say bhajane, what bhajane? Oh, this bhajane is for this demigod, that demigod. That is not bhajane. That is, bhaja is only for Krishna, not for anyone else. So Nama Sankirtan or any glorification of Krishna is only bhaja. Nothing else should be equated to that bhaja. So sometimes we get carried away to the other demigods and worship of these other demigods. Sometimes knowingly also, yes, they are demigods. They are not the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If you remember, I started off by saying, sometimes when we have some challenges, we go. We know Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but to solve some problem, we sometimes don't get it done by, for whatever reason, Krishna doesn't do that. Then our mind says, let's go to this demigod and offer him this. Maybe, you get it done. Why you want to do that? I'm doing this because I wanted to serve Krishna and therefore I want this solved. So Krishna is not solving means I want to go to, no. You should only be aligned to Krishna and nothing else. So if Krishna doesn't give, that's okay. We know why he is not. We should understand why he is not giving. We should not try to overrule him and say, no, I want it this way. And for that, if he can't give, let me go to this other demigod, get it. And what will you do? Well, with that, I will come and serve Krishna. That mode is, Krishna says, by this faith they have, they go and get it done, but they don't know that that is also given by me only. So, here in this verse, in this chapter only, all those verses are coming. So, we should not get swayed even for a small moment. And our justification is, I'm doing this for Krishna. No, that's okay. No, if he doesn't give, so be it. That should be the mood. At least when he says complete surrender to me, that is at least at these levels. Complete surrender means 24/7 if we are able to do or not. But at least this basic thing, that I should be fixed only in Krishna, nothing else. That's something which is very, very important. And he's saying, of course, now it's a very hard thing, Prabhu, it's all fine, but it's difficult to do. So the Prabhupada, again, reminds us of the other verse in the same story, in the same chapter where he's saying, my devotee, sometimes he may not be up to the standard, but that's okay. He may fall from the standard, like maybe someday he did something, as I said here, looked elsewhere for a small thing, that's okay. Prabhupada is saying, but still he should be considered superior to all other philosophers and yogis. So again, I should not have been very hard in that matter, because Krishna is merciful, Prabhupada is merciful, but this is only stating the facts, and we may all have our own, level of surrender, which is okay. And Krishna is supporting that fact. It's okay. But if he's coming to the standard of trying to understand me through the one thing which I didn't talk about is when you do this, all this knowledge, we have to surrender to at least a spiritual master. So that Prabhupada touches upon that, not elaborates, but touches upon that, where he's saying his 9 process of devotional service and all the other Manmana Bhava Madbhakta, Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru, all that you do under the guidance of a spiritual master. So when you are taking that path, and since I am just about a small child growing up in this Krishna consciousness process, maybe I am weak, maybe there is some, that faith is not fully developed, whatever it is. Therefore, he's saying, but still he should be considered a very saintly person, bigger than the philosophers and the yogis. One who engages in Krishna consciousness should be understood to be a perfectly saintly person. This Prabhupada is writing based on that earlier verse where it is there. His accidental non-devotional activities will diminish. So he says, over a period of time, gradually those anarthas will go away. And he will soon be situated without any doubt in complete perfection. So we are on that path. We should just keep moving. And of course, whatever I was saying is to know the theory of it at least. I'm not, being very hard. Please don't mind me. If this includes me also, it's not that, I am saying I am at that platform. No, I am also like this, We all need to progress. But we need to understand what is the bar, what is the ultimate goal. And of course, we are all trying to go towards that goal, and we may go in different things. But here, that reassurance is given by Krishna, which Prabhupada is writing, saying, yes, you are taken to the path of Krishna consciousness, you are surrendering to the spiritual master, you are trying to do the 9 paths of devotional service. There are fall downs, there are shortcomings, there are mistakes. That's okay. You just keep proceeding, and Krishna is giving the guaranteed. I will set that fellow right. You don't worry. That's not your problem to condemn him. It's not your problem to criticize him. Nothing. He is on his journey already. He's already boarded the bus. He's going. So we are nobody to comment on that person's this one. So we need to be moving forward with that faith that Krishna will correct me. I talked about that example of Prabhupada and his disciples, and the situation in Australia at that point in time. That is none of our business, in the sense, we cannot criticize or condemn or whatever. That is proof that Krishna has made them perfect. Within a year, they all became perfect. So these are there. Therefore, Prabhupada is saying, therefore, the intelligent person should take directly to the process of Krishna consciousness and happily live in this material world. He will eventually receive the supreme award of Krishna. So this is where Prabhupada is ending. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purport for the 9th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad-gītā in the matter of the most confidential knowledge. So I end here. If there are any questions, comments, you will come. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.